Two artificial intelligence systems. One mission: to become the most powerful AI on Earth. On one side, GPT-5.5, built by OpenAI, the model that once seemed untouchable, the AI that changed everything. On the other side, Claude Opus 4.7, built by Anthropic, the challenger that refused to play by the old rules. For months, people have argued about this online. Developers have run the tests. Researchers have published the numbers. And still, the debate rages on. Which one truly wins? Today, we are going to settle this once and for all. We will go category by category: intelligence, writing, coding, accuracy, safety, and real-world usefulness. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly which AI deserves a place in your life. Pay attention, because what you are about to discover is going to change how you think about artificial intelligence forever. We are living through something extraordinary. Artificial intelligence, once the territory of science fiction and research labs, is now inside our phones, powering our workplaces, assisting doctors, tutoring students, and writing code that runs the software of the world. And the companies building this technology are moving faster than almost anyone predicted. Two of those companies, OpenAI and Anthropic, have just released their most ambitious AI models to date. GPT-5.5 from OpenAI builds on a lineage that began over half a decade ago and has grown into one of the most widely used technologies on the planet. Claude Opus 4.7 from Anthropic represents a fundamentally different vision, one where raw capability is only half the equation and trustworthiness is just as important as intelligence. In this video, we are going to break down everything that matters. We will look at what each model can do, where each one falls short, and which one earns the title of the world's best AI right now. This is not a quick list of features. This is a deep, honest, fair comparison, built for people who actually want to understand what they are working with. So whether you are a student, a professional, a developer, or simply someone curious about where technology is taking us, this video is for you. Let us begin. Before we compare what these models can do, we need to understand why they were built, because the philosophy behind an AI shapes everything it becomes. OpenAI was founded in 2015. Its founding mission was bold and idealistic: to ensure that artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity. Over the years, that mission drove the creation of GPT-2, GPT-3, GPT-4, and now GPT-5.5. Each generation smarter, faster, and more capable than the last. ChatGPT, powered by GPT 3.5 and later GPT-4, became the fastest-growing consumer product in history, reaching 100 million users in just 2 months. GPT-5.5 is OpenAI's answer to a world that now expects even more intelligence, more speed, more integration into every tool people use. Anthropic tells a different story. It was founded in 2021 by Dario Amodei, Daniela Amodei, and several colleagues who had previously worked at OpenAI. They left because they believed a critical question was being underweight. As AI systems become more powerful, how do we make sure they remain honest, safe, and genuinely aligned with human values? Their answer was Anthropic, a company focused not just on building capable AI, but on building AI that could be trusted. Claude Opus 4.7 is the product of that conviction. Trained using what Anthropic calls constitutional AI, it is designed to behave ethically, reason carefully, and acknowledge the limits of what it knows. Two very different philosophies. Two very different models. The competition between them is reshaping what AI means for all of us. Intelligence is the foundation. Everything else builds on top of it. But measuring AI intelligence is more complicated than running a single test. The real question is not just whether a model can recall facts. It is whether it can reason. Whether it can take a problem it has never seen before, analyze it from multiple angles, and arrive at a correct, well-supported answer. Let us start with GPT 5.5. In standardized evaluations conducted by independent researchers throughout 2025, GPT 5.5 delivered exceptional results. It scored at or near the top on the graduate record examination, the bar exam, and several competitive mathematics challenges. It performs strongly on tests that require multi-step reasoning, where a single wrong turn in a chain of logic can unravel an entire answer. OpenAI also introduced what they call extended thinking capabilities in GPT-5.5, a mode where the model pauses before answering to work through a problem in structured layers. This gives it a real edge on highly complex analytical tasks. Now, Claude Opus 4.7. Anthropic built this model with particular attention to the quality of reasoning, not just the speed of it. Claude Opus 4.7 approaches problems more deliberately. It is less likely to leap to a conclusion and more willing to flag ambiguity, offer multiple interpretations, and walk through its logic in a way that feels genuinely transparent. In head-to-head evaluations, Claude Opus 4.7 outperformed GPT-5.5 on tasks requiring nuanced contextual reasoning, particularly where ethical judgment, competing interpretations, or deep reading comprehension were involved. The summary here is honest and close. GPT-5.5 leads on raw benchmark scores. Claude Opus 4.7 leads on reasoning quality and transparency. For most users, getting the right answer is not enough. You also want to understand why that answer is right and be able to trust it. That is where Claude Opus 4.7 earns its edge. Writing is the most visible expression of an AI's intelligence, and it is one of the areas where the differences between these two models are most apparent. GPT 5.5 is a remarkably capable writer. Ask it for a thriller opening, a formal legal memo, a birthday speech, or a social media caption, and it will deliver quickly and competently across nearly any genre or tone. Its range is extraordinary, and its ability to match a requested style is often impressive. For high-volume content tasks, product descriptions, email drafts, short-form marketing copy, GPT 5.5 is fast, reliable, and effective. It knows what good writing looks like, and it produces it efficiently. But some users, including professional writers and editors who tested both models extensively, have noticed something subtle about GPT 5.5. Its writing, for all its technical polish, can occasionally feel constructed rather than felt, as if the model knows the shape of good writing without fully inhabiting it. Claude Opus 4.7 takes a different approach to language. It tends to write with more deliberate care. Its word choices feel considered. Its sentences carry more intention. And in long-form writing, where consistency of voice, depth of character, and coherent narrative arc matter enormously, it consistently performs at a higher level. In independent evaluations by communities of writers and editors, Claude Opus 4.7 was rated higher for authenticity, voice coherence, and the ability to sustain a compelling narrative across thousands of words. For quick content, GPT 5.5 is excellent. For writing that needs to move people, persuade readers, or carry genuine emotional weight, Claude Opus 4.7 is the stronger choice. This round belongs to Claude Opus 4.7. For the developers in the audience, this section may be the most important one. Both GPT 5.5 and Claude Opus 4.7 can write, debug, explain, and refactor code across dozens of programming languages. But how they approach this task, and where each one excels, differs significantly. GPT 5.5 has deep roots in the coding world. It powers GitHub Copilot in various forms, and it has been evaluated extensively on HumanEval and SWE-bench, industry-standard benchmarks that measure an AI's ability to generate correct, functional code from natural language instructions. Its scores are consistently at the top of the field. GPT 5.5 excels at speed. For routine scripts, API integrations, boilerplate generation, and standard function writing, it produces clean, working code with minimal friction. Developers who need to move fast and ship frequently find it an invaluable productivity tool. Claude Opus 4.7 is not far behind in raw code generation, and in several areas, it pulls ahead in ways that matter more to professional engineers. Its context window, the amount of information it can hold in mind during a single session, is dramatically larger. This means it can analyze an entire codebase, follow complex interdependencies across multiple files, and reason about architectural decisions holistically. When asked to debug a subtle logic error buried in 500 lines of code, Claude Opus 4.7 is less likely to lose track of what it is looking for. Multiple developer evaluations in 2025 noted that Claude Opus 4.7 was better at understanding intent, catching not just what the code does, but what it was supposed to do, and explaining the reasoning behind its suggested fixes in plain language. For quick scripts and everyday coding tasks, GPT-5.5 wins on speed. For serious engineering work, complex debugging, large code bases, code review, architecture guidance, Claude Opus 4.7 is the stronger partner. This round is a draw. The winner depends entirely on the kind of development work you do. There is a problem that has haunted AI language models since the beginning, one that researchers call hallucination. Hallucination is when an AI confidently states something that is simply not true. It sounds authoritative. It sounds plausible, but it is wrong. For anyone using AI to support decisions, research, or professional work, this is not a minor inconvenience. It is a serious problem that can have real consequences. GPT 5.5 has made meaningful progress here. OpenAI invested heavily in reducing hallucinations through improved training processes, reinforcement learning from human feedback, and new mechanisms designed to help the model distinguish what it genuinely knows from what it is inferring or inventing. In practice, GPT 5.5 hallucinates less than its predecessors. But it still makes errors, particularly on niche subjects, recent events, and highly specific technical or academic questions. And when it is wrong, it is often confidently wrong. That combination is what makes hallucinations so dangerous. Claude Opus 4.7 approaches this problem through a different lens entirely. Anthropic built the model with a strong emphasis on epistemic humility, which means the model genuinely knows the limits of its own knowledge and is willing to say so. Claude Opus 4.7 is significantly more likely to respond with phrases like, "I am not certain about this," or, "You should verify this independently," when it reaches the edges of its training. Some users initially experience this as hesitance, but it is actually a form of integrity. An AI that acknowledges uncertainty is far more trustworthy and ultimately more useful than one that fills every gap with confident-sounding guesses. On accuracy and honesty, Claude Opus 4.7 wins this round clearly, and by a margin that matters. No question in AI is more important or more difficult than this one. As these models become more powerful, how they are designed to behave matters enormously. What values do they uphold? How do they respond to attempts at manipulation? What do they refuse to do, and why? GPT 5.5 was built with extensive safety measures. OpenAI employs large teams of policy researchers and red teamers whose entire job is to find vulnerabilities in the model and close them before they can be exploited. The result is a model with meaningful guardrails against harmful content, illegal assistance, and manipulative output. But GPT 5.5, like any powerful system, can sometimes be manipulated through carefully constructed prompting into producing outputs that violate its intended guidelines. And some observers have argued that competitive commercial pressures have occasionally led OpenAI to prioritize user satisfaction over the strictest safety standards. Claude Opus 4.7 was built from the ground up with safety as a design priority, not an afterthought. Anthropic's constitutional AI framework trains the model not just to follow a list of rules, but to internalize a set of values and apply them contextually. The model understands why certain outputs are harmful, not just that they are forbidden. This makes it far more robust against manipulation. It is harder to trick into producing dangerous content, not because it is more restricted, but because it genuinely reasons about consequences. Independent red team evaluations consistently found Claude Opus 4.7 among the most difficult AI models to jailbreak, while remaining genuinely useful and not excessively restrictive for normal, legitimate tasks. On safety and alignment, Claude Opus 4.7 wins, and it is not a close contest. Intelligence and accuracy only matter if the tool is accessible enough for people to actually use. This is where GPT 5.5 has a significant structural advantage. It sits at the center of one of the most widely adopted technology ecosystems in the world. ChatGPT has over 300 million active users. GPT-5.5 is embedded in Microsoft Office, Teams, Bing, and dozens of third-party applications. It is available on web, iOS, Android, and via API for developers building on top of it. The reach is simply unmatched. Response speed is another genuine strength. In standard mode, GPT-5.5 is fast, delivering answers quickly enough for real-time workflows, customer-facing applications, and the rapid iteration that modern work demands. For users who operate at pace and need answers in seconds rather than minutes, this speed is a meaningful advantage. Claude Opus 4.7 is accessible through Anthropic's Claude platform, available on web, iOS, Android, and via Enterprise API. Its user base has grown substantially, and it has been adopted by companies in healthcare, legal services, finance, and technology. On raw response speed for standard queries, Claude Opus 4.7 can be slightly slower during complex reasoning tasks. The deliberateness that makes it more accurate also makes it take more time. But Claude Opus 4.7 holds a significant and often underappreciated advantage: its context window. The amount of text it can analyze in a single session is dramatically larger than most competing models. This means it can read an entire book, review a complete legal contract, or hold an entire codebase in mind without losing track of what it has already processed. Ecosystem and speed, GPT-5.5 wins. Depth and context capacity, Claude Opus 4.7 wins. Benchmarks are useful, but what actually matters is how these models perform in the situations real people encounter every day. Let us walk through the most common use cases honestly. For students and academic researchers, Claude Opus 4.7 is the stronger choice. Its accuracy, its willingness to acknowledge uncertainty, and its ability to engage with long, dense texts make it the better academic companion. When you need to analyze a complex paper, synthesize conflicting arguments, or produce writing that requires depth and intellectual honesty, Claude Opus 4.7's careful reasoning is invaluable. For software developers working on serious projects, Claude Opus 4.7 again holds the advantage. Its larger context window and ability to reason about code holistically make it the more reliable partner for complex engineering work. GPT-5.5 remains excellent for fast scripting, routine automation, and quick prototyping. For content creators and marketers producing high volumes of material, GPT-5.5 is faster and more flexible. For long-form writing that requires a consistent, authentic voice, articles, essays, scripts, books, Claude Opus 4.7 is superior. For businesses deploying AI in customer-facing applications, where safety, reliability, and resistance to manipulation are critical, Claude Opus 4.7 is the more trustworthy enterprise choice. For general everyday use, answering quick questions, drafting short messages, brainstorming, both models are exceptional, and GPT-5.5's broader accessibility gives it a slight practical edge for casual users. The honest conclusion is this: neither model is universally better. The question is which one fits the work you actually do. Step back from the benchmarks for a moment. Step back from the feature comparisons and the test scores and the use case breakdowns. What we are really witnessing here is something much larger. Two of the most sophisticated AI systems ever built are competing, not just for users and market share, but for influence over how artificial intelligence will shape the next 50 years of human civilization. OpenAI's vision, embodied in GPT-5.5, is one of expansive capability. Build systems that can do more, think faster, integrate into everything. Make intelligence accessible to every person on the planet. Accelerate science. Lower barriers. Open doors that have always been closed. Anthropic's vision, embodied in Claude Opus 4.7, is one of principled development. Build systems that are not only capable but genuinely honest. Systems that earn trust. Systems that acknowledge their limits and behave with integrity even when no one is watching. These are not opposing visions. They are complementary ones. And the competition between these two companies is making both models better, and making the entire field of AI more thoughtful about what it is building and why. For all of us living through this moment, this is the good news. The most important people in AI are wrestling, right now, with the hardest questions. How do we build AI that helps without harming? How do we build AI that tells the truth? How do we build AI that serves humanity, not just the companies that profit from it? GPT-5.5 and Claude Opus 4.7 are not just products. They are the most visible answers we have, right now, to those questions. And they are only the beginning. So, after everything we have examined, which AI actually wins? Let us be direct. On raw benchmark performance and speed, GPT-5.5 holds a slight edge. On reasoning quality and transparency, Claude Opus 4.7 wins clearly. On creative writing with depth and authenticity, Claude Opus 4.7. On high volume, fast content generation, GPT 5.5. On complex coding and large context technical work, Claude Opus 4.7. On accuracy and resistance to hallucination, Claude Opus 4.7, by a meaningful margin. On safety and alignment, Claude Opus 4.7, and it is not particularly close. On ecosystem reach and general accessibility, GPT 5.5. If there is a single winner for the user who wants an AI they can genuinely trust, one that will be honest with them, reason carefully through hard problems, and behave with integrity across every situation, Claude Opus 4.7 earns that title. But the most important takeaway from today is not a winner and a loser. It is the realization that we are living at an extraordinary juncture in history. The tools now available to ordinary people, for thinking, creating, learning, and solving problems, are more powerful than anything any previous generation has had access to. Use them wisely. Question their outputs. Hold the companies that build them to high standards. And stay curious, because the story of artificial intelligence is still only beginning to be written. If this video gave you something useful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Drop a comment below telling us which AI you prefer and why. This community reads every single response. Thank you for watching.